Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Wednesday night edition of Inside the Headset. As we go up on the plateau, we're going to talk to the head coach of the Cookeville Cavaliers, head coach Jimmy Maynord. How you doing tonight, Coach?
Hey, I'm doing well.
Well, Coach, played the Riverdale Warriors in a region game last Friday night. Got beat 21-6, but really a true test and a great game from what I understand. Everything. Talk a little bit about the Riverdale game from Friday night.
Well, we got off to a little bit of a slow start there defensively, I think. Well, on both sides of the ball, actually, in the first half. It took us a while. We haven't seen the speed and the athleticism in the first two games that Riverdale possesses, and it took us a little bit there the first half to get acclimated to the speed and stuff of the game, and kind of got settled in. And then the second half, they kind of dominated us the first half. And the second half, kind of the tale of two halves, we really played well the second half. I thought we had opportunity. We're down 14-0 at half, and then we were able to score and make it 14-6. They blocked our extra point, and then we actually scored again and got one called back. We had a holding penalty had the ball inside the 10 and scored, and it got called back. We ended up having to kick it a field goal, missed the field goal, and it was 14-6 for 3 minutes and I think 19 seconds, and they busted a 61-yard run and made it 21-6, and that's kind of how it ended. But Riverdale's got a fine football team. I think they. I don't think there's any doubt defensively they are solid at every position and great size and speed, and I think they've got a chance to have a really good football season.
Talked to Coach Kreisky earlier. He said he was on a little drive, held your defense out there on the field, and held them out there for a little while, and went through a long drive and went for it a couple of times on fourth down. How frustrating is that for your team and not being able to hold them when he's sitting over there and he's using all four of them?
Well, it's tough, and they were able to, I think third down, we did a good job on third down, but they were able to convert some fourth down, during the first half, able to convert some fourth downs, and that obviously hurt you. But it's a learning experience for us. I don't think, they're a better football team than we are. They got more athletes, they're a better team, they're coached well, and, it's just but it was a good football game. Our kids came back, we could have easily folded the tent and given up there at halftime because things weren't going our way, and in the second half, we obviously stepped their game up and played a whole lot better the second half.
Coach, you didn't have your number one, and I don't mean this to the guy that's now running the position, but the front gun, the kid that earned the position that went out with the bad injury, had you had him and been able to keep your defense off the field a little bit and sustain a few more drives, and plus make your quarterback look a little bit better, not being mean to the gentleman that's taking the position now, but it's no different than, I don't have any business being back there, no different than you don't have any business being back there. But there comes a time when you say, that kid had the gun. It's just that, unfortunately, he took that spill, or otherwise you just felt like you didn't have all the bullets you started with at the beginning of the season.
Well, we were down to 3 or 4 guys there on the offensive side, or right guard. That's no excuse. We just, we got to play next man up. And
yep.
But you hate it for the kid, but he does hurt a little bit because he was one of our guys that had some speed and could make plays in space, and we do miss him. I will say that we miss him a lot, but that's part of the game, and
yep.
You have to live with it. And we got to find, as coaches, we got to find ways to overcome that and get other people involved.
Well, it's your first loss, and now you put you at 2-1, but you catch White County, and what's White County got, Coach?
Coach Frazier, Mark's a young man that's played for me. I say young man, he's older now, but he played for me back years ago, and he has taken over that program 2 years ago and really done a good job. He's got a lot of kids out, and they're playing hard. They should really be 2-0 right now. They lost a heartbreaker there at CAK out of Knoxville.
Yep.
10-7, and of course they won their first game 45-12. But they've got a little quarterback that's very dangerous. He's a sophomore, a Dowell kid that really worries me. And of course, I got a grandson that plays for that team. It's a junior,
great.
Plays linebacker for him, and he's a good player also. But they're doing a good job. We're going to have to play well, and it should be a good game. It's a big rivalry. White County and Cookeville's always been big time rivals. I mean, it goes back many, many years, and they don't like each other very well and get after each other.
And when we talk about that, that's Sparta, Tennessee. There's been several people that were famous from Sparta. I can't remember who was it that was famous from Sparta, Coach.
Well, they've had some players. They had a couple of guys back in the '60s that went on to play pro ball. Dale Farley was one of them that played for the Miami Dolphins and played at West Virginia. Stan Mitchell played for the Miami Dolphins. That's two of the guys that I can recall. David Culley. David has actually played quarterback there and played at Vanderbilt. He's in the pros coaching now.
Wow.
I think he's with the Ravens maybe right now. And so there's been a tradition of good athletes come out of White County or Sparta, as you called it, yeah.
Let's finish up the turf. I've seen some Twitter pics and some things. Are we done? Does it look good? Are we painted up and all ready?
We're ready. We're gonna play on it. We're gonna play on it Friday night. We're still it'll probably finish up some of the outer areas and some of what they call the D zones in the back of the end zones. We're gonna have to put some sod down in some places and things like that. But the field is ready. We've actually practiced the last 2 days on the field, and it'll be ready to play on. A nice surface, and we're going to resurface the track, and they're working on that right now. So, but it's going to be a pretty place there when everything gets in place and they get done with everything. But it's nice to have that field for sure.
Coach, and with that being said, having them lines out there and knowing that it's 5 yards exactly, I mean, being able to have that in practice, it's just so – I tell people all the time, it's just so important. And out there when you're just in a field practicing and you think it's 5 yards, it's different, isn't it, Coach?
It is. We've always trying to mark the practice field off and have the lines and stuff out there, but it's definitely you got your hash marks, you got your numbers, you got everything out there, and it makes it nice. And you don't have to worry about it being muddy. You don't have to worry, about any of that. So it's really a blessing to have a field like we have now.
Coach, I can't thank you enough. You always join me on Wednesday night, and good luck against Sparta or White County. And we will not talk next week. I'm going to go play golf, but we will not talk next week. But good luck Friday night.
Hey, I appreciate that, Stork.
See you, bye.